Now, welcome back to the programme. Keep your texts and your comments coming in. We're joined now by Vivienne Burns and we're joined by Paula Dalton. Vivienne, there's a new review taking place of the payments for the domiciliary allowance for parents of children requiring ongoing care and attention. This may also apply to people that have autistic children. What does this entail? What's this about?
Well, this is a monthly payment, as you just said, paid to parents of children who require significant care needs of children of the same age. So we are talking about children who may have epilepsy, cancer, children who are autistic. So reviews for this payment have been on hold since 2012, and now the Department of Social Protection has decided that the reviews are about to begin again. This allowance is horrific to apply for. It's a harrowing experience for parents, and that's what I'm hearing all the time, because you are listing, all the negatives about your child, all the things that your child can't do, and I'm aware of parents who have taken up to 2 months to fill out this form. And, Is
it a big form?
It is pretty thorough. Because you are listing all the care needs that you do for your child and all the things that your child can't do. And I just think that, again, we're at a case where we're targeting the vulnerable in society. Why are parents who already are, stressed looking after children with significant care needs going to be reviewed again?
So the domiciliary care allowance, DCA, it's a monthly payment for a child aged under 16 with a severe disability, inverted commas, who requires ongoing care and attention, substantially over and above the care and attention usually acquired by a child of the same age. Paula, from the Williamstown area here, Paula Dalton, tell us about your own situation.
I have 2 boys with autism, and they have, some of their needs are similar, some are quite different. My older son has a lot of medical needs, and it's extremely expensive because we have to go private for everything because the waiting lists are up to 4 years long. He can't wait and paying for 4 years. Both my son's domiciliary goes on just paying for his medical needs. Then you've got this little boy and he needs speech therapy, occupational therapy. He needs play therapy because he was struggling, and they're quite expensive. And my older son, he's to see rheumatologists, he's to have lots of different tests done. It's extremely expensive. We've a very busy life. We've a very busy household. I've had to come out of work. I didn't have a choice in the end. My partner continues to work, but even at that, sometimes he has to take days off at his own expense, even just to help get to all the different appointments, because you're not going to cancel an appointment because they're so few and far between. So a lot of our appointments are private, and we don't want to cancel them because we need them for the children. It's a very hard life in some ways. It's always checking the diary, where you need to be, if they're having meltdowns, what you need to do. It's continuous going. It's very busy.
What Vivienne has to say, a review is taking place. This has been on hold of the payments since 2012. What would you like to see done?
Well, as Vivienne was saying, it's a very long, stressful process for any parent. I just think, situations where, a child has autism, Down syndrome, their lifelong conditions, is it really fair to review these situations? They don't go away. I would love to hear they go away, but they don't go away. For me, it'll be really hard even to have the time to review this. I know they're given a 5-month time frame to get what you need in order, but it's just what you need to get in order can take a long time to put together. I don't think it's a very fair process. Most people that apply for, everyone that applies for this really needs it. I'm lucky. In one sense, I've my partner, he's able to help out. As some people, and they're in a situation like me and they may not have another person to help them, and this is helping them keep going. This is giving their children what they need. It's a lifeline.
Vivienne, you ran in the local election. It was one of the issues that you raised. What needs to be done on this? What specifically needs to be done now by politicians, by anybody who's aware of this situation?
What I find with this government is they seem to make decisions without actually speaking to the people that it affects. And, the domiciliary allowance is being used by parents to pay for private speech therapy and occupational therapy because the waiting lists are so long, in some cases up to 5 years. Like, if you notice that there are differences in your child when they're 2 years of age and your child is suffering extreme issues due to sensory needs and they need occupational therapy and they need to go for an assessment, like, it's an absolute disgrace that a child has to wait up to 5 years to be assessed for autism because early intervention is vital. Now, the government did put out a fund of 700,000 for extra speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, and that was for the South East. Waterford didn't get one extra post. And they also were to give 100,000 to outsource children to be assessed privately, and they withdrew the funding for that. So, we're looking at the Children's Hospital, 1.6 billion, and yet now they're trying to claw money back from the most vulnerable again. So I just think it's an absolute disgrace that parents have to pay privately for everything, and we need more occupational therapists and speech therapists in Waterford.
Paula, how does it make you feel?
I'm angry, I'm disappointed. I feel it's always the most vulnerable in society have to pay for our government's mistakes. And they are mistakes made by them continuously. I don't feel there's enough resources, there's enough of anything to help these children, and all any parent here wants is to give their child the best start in life, give their children what they need to make their life as healthy, comfortable as possible, and help them to socialise and interact and get the best out of life. And it's just another area where it'll stop this happening for people, for children, vulnerable children.
Vivienne, thanks for raising this.
No problem.
I hope you have success with the campaign. Paula, thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Both of you, and we'll return to this now in a few weeks' time. We'll definitely come back to it and we'll see if we can do something more on it. Promise you that, okay?
Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Déise Today with Damien Tiernan on WLR.
Thanks to Mulligan's. Blue Club rewards from mulliganspharmacy.com. Spend a little to earn a lot. Every time I think I'm falling, I know you're falling too. There's no doubt you're falling.
Déise Today with Damien Tiernan on WLR.
With thanks to Mulligan's. Did you know you can collect your Blue Club points online? See mulliganspharmacy.com.
You got that power over me.
Now, welcome back to the programme. We're joined by Anne Scully, proprietor of The Dresser on Georgia Street. How are you, Anne?
I'm great, Damien. How are you?
Good to see you again. Anne-Marie Veal, manager of the Pine Grove Daycare Centre on the Passage Road. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thanks, good. There's a pop-up shop being opened this weekend in aid of Pine Grove. Tell us about it.
Well, Damien, Pine Grove is the Alzheimer's Centre here in Waterford, and we're opening a pop-up shop on Friday and Saturday to raise some funds for it. They do fantastic work for people suffering from dementia. And I suppose because it's hard to raise money sometimes, I was cleaning out my wardrobe and I said, God, what could I do, with all these stuff? And I said, maybe, if I had a pop-up shop and other people would give us things as well. And whatever we raise, isn't it better than sending the clothes to the clothes bank or something like that? So that's where it started. So we're doing it on Friday and Saturday for 2 days.
That sounds excellent. Tell us a little bit a bit more about it, Anne-Marie.
About the pop-up or Pine Grove, which would you prefer?
Pine Grove.
Pine Grove. So Pine Grove's run by the Alzheimer's Society. We have a daycare centre on the Passage Road. We take up to 20 people on a given day who have a diagnosis of dementia. It's a social centre, so people come in just to have a nice social experience, enjoy their day, do different activities, have a bite to eat. And then we run support groups, we run advice centres, we run a home support service as well, where people will go out to your house to keep you company and do different activities with you if you live at home with dementia.
How does a pop-up shop work?
Well, what happens is that we have had all these donations from lovely people of pre-loved and some very new clothes and handbags. So what happens is we're setting it up at the moment. So it'll be open to the public from 10 to 5 on Friday and Saturday. You can come in. There are lovely things. You buy them, all great prices. They're all great bargains in there. Great quality clothes. I was just looking at there. We've some fabulous dresses and all of that now. And then all the money we raise will go to Pine Grove. We also, if people don't find anything, they can make a donation on the day, and we're going to have a little raffle. So we've a couple of hampers. We've 2 beautiful paintings that somebody donated. So if you don't find something you like or love, you can make a donation anyway.
Where is it going to be?
It is in George's Court Shopping Centre. I want to thank Kathleen Fitzgerald for giving us the shop. So it's just opposite Argos. It's in that unit there opposite Argos in George's Court Shopping Centre.
And like for a pop-up shop, do you have to pay taxes or anything like that for the weekend? No, you don't.
No, it's a charity.
It's a charity thing.
It's a charity, and every penny will go to Pinegrove.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so important, like, that we support the Alzheimer's Society in Pinegrove. Like the work that they do, a lot of it, I suppose people don't realise how important it is. Like the fact that they provide care to people's homes, give people who are caring for people with dementia a break. And that's probably the most important thing that anybody could get when they're caring for somebody with dementia, is a break, because you've lost somebody, you need to get yourself together, you need a break out of the house, you need normality, I suppose, in a way. And that's what the Alzheimer's Society allow families to have.
Anne-Marie, weekends like this are obviously very, very important.
Yes, hugely important. We are semi-funded by the HSE, so we get about 60% of our funding from the HSE, but nationally as an organisation we actually need to raise about 3 million every year just to keep our doors open.
Wow.
Which is a huge, phenomenal amount of money. Ourselves, normally on a year to break even and keep our doors open, we need to fundraise about 25-30 grand just to keep the services open.
Wow.
Which is a huge amount of money. So events like these are hugely, hugely important to us.
And there's great support, because obviously anybody that has been connected with Pinegrove, anybody who's had relatives there, feels that great work that you do. Yeah,
we're very, very lucky in that we have some very, very dedicated people who keep coming back year after year, organising fundraisers, helping us out, giving a bit. You know, every little bit helps, even if it's €5 in an envelope. Every little bit helps to keep things ticking over.
So what time is it opening the weekend? We're
open on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, so 10 to 5 Friday and Saturday. And like I said, we're in the process now of setting it up, and hopefully we're looking for the people of Waterford, I suppose, to support us. Like, it's a 2-day event, and like every penny that you give will do some good to somebody here in Waterford. Like, it won't be going anywhere. All the money is going to the Pinegrove Centre here in Waterford.
Well done, Anne. Fair play to you.
No, I mean, like, I've had loads of help.
I know you haven't. There's a lot of people and too many people to thank. I know that.
True, but there is 3. Like Kathleen Fitzgerald,
yes.
The Hanger for giving me the rails, and Kelly's for giving me the rails. Like, because without help like that, you couldn't do it. I wouldn't have that capacity to do it.
Super.
So, like, people like that, they don't want to be thanked. They don't, but I have to thank them because I couldn't have done it otherwise.
And continued success in your own
Oh, thanks very much, Damien.
Fair play to you. You're going a good few years now.
25.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Anne-Marie Veal, manager of the Pinegrove Centre, thank you so much for coming into us this morning.
Cheers, thanks.
We're going to be talking about lamb in a second.